no Andre. G like Bonche, reach like Ron James. Pep talk from Yonsei. Remember my hands had ash like Pompeii. Now they hold cash, won't peak like Dante. I told y'all, I'm living my best life. I so love that song. Hey guys, this is Sequoia Matoka and welcome to my channel. This is my first YouTube video. So thank you all so much for watching. If you can, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I will be doing a voiceover throughout the video. It will not be the entire video, but it will be parts of the video. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and leave them down below and I will make sure to respond back to you guys. Again, thank you. Also, I just want to let you guys know right now that my lighting is a little bad and I'm out of the view a little bit throughout the video, and I do apologize, y'all. But what I'm doing right now, I'm just using a sanding band and I'm just lightly buffing the nails, removing all of the shine off the nails. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and I will be doing this to all nails, but I only recorded some of it due to me being out of the frame. So these tips right now that I'm using are the first time that I've used these tips, and oh my gosh, I love these tips. I can't give these tips away yet because I have something in store for you guys, but I just love these tips. And as you can see, I've been doing nails for so long, so I can just look at the nails and see what size it is. Once you guys start doing nails for a while, you'll be able to pick that up as well. My tips from sidewall to sidewall, so pay close attention to that, and then also pay close attention to how I use my file and how my hands are and things of that nature. So what I'm doing now is I'm cutting my client's nails to the desired length. I normally like to start off with the middle finger. That way they can actually see the length because the middle finger is going to be the longest. I cut from the middle finger and then I just start from the pinky and go on from there. And then I do measure each hand side by side like how I'm doing now to make sure that they're even. So right here, I'm filing the nail. Although these tips are pre-shaped, I still like to file because sometimes I use a bigger tip. So I just needed to make sure that, you know, my tips are filed straight to the nail, if that makes sense. And I did speed it up, so that's why it's going a little bit fast. But right here, you can see the actual speed. Pay attention to how my file is. Pay attention to how I'm filing. Pay attention to how I'm holding the nail each time I file. Make sure that you're doing that to your client so that you're not hurting your client. So make sure that you're holding the nail to give it a firm hold. That way when you're filing, the file is not slipping everywhere. So pay attention to that as well, guys. So what I'm doing now is using my e-file and my sanding band, and I am just blending my natural nail with my tip so that I can get a smooth blend so that my acrylic can lay perfectly. And then what I'm doing here, I'm just using alcohol to just wipe away all the dust and debris before I apply my primer, which I do apply twice because I am using 2 different primers, and I will leave that in the description below. So what I'm doing now is I'm applying a small bead of clear acrylic. I do this to each client. That way when they come back for a fill, all I have to do is just file down to the clear. I also do this because I only use color acrylic. So to prevent their nails from staining, this is the method that I use. And I've been using this method since I've started doing nails, which has been 2 years now. Now the fun part, I am laying the acrylic. Pay attention to how I'm patting. You want to make sure that you're patting to get that acrylic to do what you want it to do. So just pat. As you can notice, I like to pat a lot. But that helps me because it allows the acrylic to stay in its place. Now I'm actually using a size 16. It's yeah, I think it's a size 16. And to me, I felt like this brush was a little too big. So you'll see that I switch it out to a size 12, and that brush size was perfect. But just pay attention to my application. I record both hands. The first hand, I think I did sped it up so that you can just see what I'm doing, and then the second hand, I think I did do the original speed so you can actually see. But the most important thing that you want to pay attention to, or the most important thing that you want to do, is make sure that you're cleaning around that cuticle. Make sure that you're not leaving that acrylic on that cuticle or on those sidewalls, because when it comes down to the end filing, it's going to be a lot, to be honest. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your shape when you're laying the acrylic, and you want to make sure that your acrylic is just a smooth application. That way when it comes to the end, all you have to do is seal that cuticle and apply that top coat. So just pay attention to how I am applying this acrylic. Again, I do love to pat. Also, make sure that when you're picking up acrylic, that you're picking up beads. Don't just be picking up acrylic to just be picking up acrylic. I promise you, it's going to make your life a whole lot harder. Trust me, I was doing that. So make sure that you're picking up beads and that you're using the belly of your brush to bring that acrylic down. And positioning the hand, that finger is down. So make sure that when you're applying your acrylic, that you're holding that nail down, because gravity is going to drag that acrylic where it needs to go. And when gravity pulls that acrylic down, all you have to do is just smooth it out. So make sure that you're doing that as well. And sometimes hold your client hand how you need to hold it. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Make them a little uncomfortable, because you're the one doing all the work. So do what you have to do to get what you're trying to get, but just pay attention to that. So as you guys can see, when I am applying the acrylic, I am turning the finger around all over because I'm looking at the nails from all different angles, and that's something that you want to do as well. You want to make sure that you have acrylic wherever it needs to be. Smooth. You want to make sure that nail is perfect. You want to make sure that you have acrylic wherever it has to go. Yeah, it may take you applying 3 to 4 beads or however many beads, but at least you know in the end that your nail is going to be perfect, that you're going to have that apex, that your tip or your free edge is not going to be too thick. So just make sure that you are rotating that nail every time you're applying the acrylic. And I can't stress enough, guys, hold the nail down. Make sure that fingernail is angled down. I promise you it's going to help you with your acrylic application, because that acrylic is just going to just freely just slide right on down. So make sure that you're holding that nail down. Okay, guys, so this is actually the correct speed. It's not sped up. So pay attention to my acrylic application. Watch how smoothly it is because I am using the belly of my brush. You see, I am holding the fingernail down, which I told you is a big step. And then as you can see, I am patting. Sometimes you want to just let the acrylic just stay there so that it can polymerize, get a little harder. That helps as well. And then also pay attention to how I'm keeping my shape. With the acrylic, I'm continuously to wipe off the sides. That's something that you want to do as well. And then when I am applying my cuticle bead, as you can see, I am not applying the cuticle bead directly on the cuticle. I am pushing the cuticle bead up into the cuticle. That's something that you want to do as well. If you do get acrylic on the cuticle, use that tip of your brush to wipe it off like I'm doing now. Don't leave it there because it's going to get hard and it's going to take a lot to get it off. So as soon as you see it on there, make sure you wipe it off and make sure that you're using the tip of your brush to remove that and clean up the cuticle area and that side wall. I did encapsulate this hand. I also encapsulated the other hand. I just didn't record it because I did do these hands differently. Oh, and I just wanted to say that this is a custom color. I just created this as soon as she came in because she didn't like the colors that I had and she was looking for a certain color. So, yeah. I make my own acrylic. I am launching my acrylic line in just a few months. More details to come. But yeah, this was a custom color created by me, Sequoia Matoka. pat, pat, pat. Pat that acrylic wherever you need it to go. Make sure that you're using the tip of your brush to get that acrylic inside that cuticle area. And then make sure you're using the belly of your brush to bring that acrylic down. But pat, pat, pat. I'm going to make a song, y'all. Pat, 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 pat. The lighting is bad here, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I just wanted to say, the majority of the times when I'm doing the thumbnails, I am doing a 3-bar method, just to make sure that that thumb is pretty strong. So yeah, every time that I'm doing the thumb, I normally use a 3-bar method, as you can see, or as you will see. Because before I was just doing like a 2-bar method and maybe applying a bead here and there. But yeah. Also remember, when applying acrylic, there is no right or wrong way on how you should be applying acrylic. There is an easier and a harder way. The easier way is to make sure that your beads or that your acrylic or that you have a smooth application. That's going to help you a lot in the long run. If you're just picking up acrylic and you're just applying it and it's bumpy and it's lumpy and it's not smooth, then you're going to have to do a lot of work in the end. So there's no right or wrong. If you have to pick up 5 beads, then pick up 5 beads. If you can apply it in 2 beads, then do it in 2 beads. As long as you're picking up beads and you're applying the acrylic and not just picking up acrylic, then that's what you're looking for. But there's no right or wrong way. Everybody has their own way. Just find what way works for you and do it. That's what I do. I still watch YouTube. I still look at other people. I still get their ideas, but I do it my way. I do it the way that's best, most comfortable for me. So you have to find your way to do it. Do it that way, but there's no right or wrong way on how to apply acrylic. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so now I am filing, and I file this way just a few seconds. Well, not a few seconds, but I file this way not really that much because I don't really have that much filing to do because my acrylic application was smooth. But I am just perfecting the nail. I'm making sure that it's straight. I'm making sure that my shape is perfect. I am making sure that the side walls are good. I am making sure that there's no lumps or bumps. That's why you will see me using my hand file in different angles, because you have to file in different angles to get the best results. And then also what I do is I flip the hand, which you will see in a little while. But I do flip my client's hand to file that way also, because I want to make sure that I am giving them the perfect shape. And sometimes you can't see all of that by just filing directly down. Sometimes you have to flip the hand. So flip the hand so you can see what they see, because if they see something that's not right, y'all, they ain't coming back. So make sure that you're doing all of what you can to make sure that you're getting that perfect shape. I'm constantly telling my clients, hey, if I'm squeezing your hand a little too hard, just let me know. Because I be squeezing the heck out of their hands, y'all. Because I have to make sure that I am getting where I have to get. I don't care. I have to make sure that I am going to get where I have to get so that you can get that perfect shape. So just make sure that you're taking advantage of that hand file, using it in all different angles. Make sure that you're flipping that hand around so that you can see the nails from a different angle. And when I'm filing or when I'm using my e-file, I like to do one hand at a time. I like to hand file and e-file one hand at a time. I don't like to do this hand, do that hand, because my clients like to be in their phones. They like to browse. They like to do whatever they need to do. So I just like to work at one hand at a time. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a small, fine drill bit from Not Polish. I love this bit. But this is a small, fine drill bit from Not Polish, if I'm not mistaken. Also, make sure when you're using this e-file or when you're using your hand file that you are supporting the nail. Pay attention to how my hands are positioned. I am constantly making sure that I am supporting the nail, because I do not want this e-file to slip and cut me or my client. So make sure that you are supporting your nail, however that is. Also, this right here, I didn't speed it up. This is the regular speed for the file, because I wanted you guys to see how my file is. I wanted you guys to see that my file is straight up against the nail. So make sure that you're doing that as well. Make sure that your file is straight, however you're using it. Yeah, so make sure that your file is straight. If you're doing a coffin, make sure that you have a slight angle. If you're doing square, make sure that it's straight up and down. And again, make sure that you're taking advantage of that hand file and that you're using it in all different angles. Sometimes you have to go across the cuticle. Sometimes you have to go sideways. So make sure that you're taking that hand file and that you're taking advantage of it. Use it. That's what it's there for. Because you really don't have to use a e-file. You really don't have to use a drill. If your application is smooth, then all you have to do is just a light filing and then you're good. I just like to use my e-file because I like to seal in my cuticles to make sure that there's no lifting and to make sure that my clients are going to be satisfied, because the majority of my clients, 99.9% of my clients, I see once a month. They come back every 4 to 5 weeks. Sometimes maybe 3, but 4 to 5 weeks. And that's because I am sealing in my cuticles to make sure that I do not have lifting. So pay attention to how I'm holding my file. Pay attention to how my hands are. And yeah. So I know y'all gonna kill me, and I'm sorry again, y'all, but of course I have bad view, bad angles. But as of right here, you can see that I am flipping the hand around because I am filing this way. I also measure my nails, especially those three, that index, that middle, and that ring finger. You want to make sure that those nails are the same length because they're supposed to be. So just make sure that you're doing that as well, because it just makes the hand looks better when those three are proportioned. Those three are the same size. You don't have the middle finger that's too long, or you don't have the index finger that's too long. They're all the same length. So I do that as well. And then I always make sure that I ask my client, once I'm finished with my hand, I always say, hey, can you look at your nails and see if there's anything that you want me to fix? Why I ask that? Because I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I make mistakes. I could have missed anything, or they may want a sharper square, or they may want something, or they may see something that they want you to fix. So ask. A lot of people are scared to say, hey, can you fix this? But if you give them the opportunity to voice their opinion, they will. And y'all, believe me, I love it when my clients flip their hands around in the ceilings and they're just looking, because I love that. So make sure that you're doing that as well. Ask questions. It's not going to hurt if you say, hey, can you just look at your nails to see if there's anything that you want me to fix? I promise you, they're going to love that. Last step before washing their hands is buffing. You want to buff the nail to make sure that it's smooth, and then you want your clients to wash their hands before you apply the top coat or whatever it is that you're going to apply. And on these nails, I am going to apply a chrome nail on the pinky, some crystal pixies on the ring finger, and then a partial bling on that index finger. I am using a wax stick that I got off of Amazon, or if you have a crayon, you can use that as well. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you guys if you're still here. Thank you for watching my channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And leave any comments, questions, or concerns below, because I will be responding to you guys. Again, thank you guys, and make sure you follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Sequoia Matoka.